coming tomorrow. Get ready, mama, prepare for your freedom. Freedom is coming.
Only chance Kenyans have to change this country because we are
Wajackoya the fifth. Very nice.
Underestimating the power of the unknown. My God who works with me knows the answers, and I'm the next president of this country.
always done what I've promised. For the last 62 years I've lived in this world. Whenever I promise you something, I'll do.
Youth washaamua kuwa Wajackoya the fifth. Mimi nishaamua Wajackoya the fifth, okay? 2022, this feature will be Wajackoya's.
Be honest, many might argue that, the UDA party bring in the Azimio coalition, and the parties within that coalition will be the front runners in getting most seats in parliament. And hence the question, how exactly will you run government in the event that you win without majority seats in parliament?
I will answer you that question. If by that date I will not have enough, I would have lost lots of people who are running on my party. Then I will answer you.
But they say prepare for the worst, hope for the best.
Well, I'm not predictive enough to predict how they are going to be elected. Yes, sir.
As simple as that. Okay. Well, that's interesting to note. Let's take a look at your vision for Kenya. If successful, where do you see Kenya in the next 5 to 10 years, especially under your administration? Just briefly, sir.
Let me just say it this way. I will not answer that question, but I'll refer you to the first 100 days. There will be days of disaster. I will be inheriting a government which is bankrupt, which is debt-ridden, which is burdened by a lot of issues. Let me enter that episode first. Then we shall see what we can do next. Because I don't want to come here and say, I will do this, I will do this. I'm not, I will do this kind of president. Let us look at the fact. Let's roll our sleeves and start working. It will be a painful period of 100 days because the situation, the way it is right now, the country is borrowing $2 billion shillings every day. I mean, we are in a disastrous place, and probably we could end up being like Sri Lanka because of the Chinese debts.
Well, we've seen the unfortunate scenes in Sri Lanka, definitely, and our heart goes out to the people. But honest question, Prof, in terms of the economic viability.
Flashback.
A family day out. Young and old flock into the Sri Lankan president's house, seeing for themselves how this political dynasty has been living in luxury. A glimpse into the life of once the most powerful person in the country, swarming into what was the country's most exclusive gym, trying out equipment most could never afford. Nowhere was off limits. The bed's a perfect place to pose.
In past 6 months, people were struggling in the queues. People are in the fuel queues, people are in the gas queues. But now people have hope.
This is Colombo's newest tourist attraction. Everybody wanting to snap their memento of this historic day. The protest leaders who stormed the president's house, now tour guides, urging people not to steal, vowing that they will not leave until the president and the prime minister actually step down.
We can't trust them. Since independence, since 1948, we trust politicians and we lost everything that we have. So we are not going to trust them. We are stay here until they resign.
The police just look on, making no attempt to stop the crowds who have taken over the heart of Colombo. For months, die-hard demonstrators demanded their president take the fall for the country's economic ruin. And then the anger exploded. Infuriated by the madness of a country unable to afford to buy the most basic supplies, food, medicine and fuel. This is what remains of the Prime Minister's house. He said he is willing to resign once a new government is formed. Now his home is reduced to ashes.
This appears to be the end of the Rajapaksas and their nearly 20-year-long grip on power. They've brought the country to its knees, leaving it broke and its people humiliated.
people power has replaced political power. But the government is still negotiating with the International Monetary Fund for a $3 billion bailout. Without that, this euphoria may be short-lived.
Calling it the Wajackoya effect.
Kidogo nasikia 1 million Wajackoya, 2 million.
Hey, he must be the most genius I've ever seen in my life.
In the comment hapo na nataka comment Wajackoya the 5th. Kwenye comment section, just give me Wajackoya the